Look at this HD graphics. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here. We're off for more of our first ever Let's Play, going back to, no, even 3 years actually, since we completed the game. This is Zelda Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U. And hopefully Roxy won't glitch up the bloody footage, because for some reason I've been having a little bit of trouble just getting this to bloody work. And, not closing up to my 3rd anniversary of our channel so far, where we actually started this game, once again. But, what should I say? Roxio isn't glitching right now, which is nice. Because I don't want this to glitch. Holy crap, I do not want this to glitch. And, yeah, so, closing in on our, well, this is going to be roughly released somewhere near the 3rd anniversary of our channel, but I need to get this recorded, because I've got lots of stuff to edit, lots of cutting to do, and that's not going to be the best thing. If the footage does glitch though, I do apologise. It's just, I need to get a new capture device. I think Roxy just doesn't like working with me. I think Elgato's more worth. Please put in the comments if you want to help me sort one out. But yeah, I do not have a Pro Controller, so that's going to be a thing. So yes, this episode, we're going to cover some more bonus episodes. Ignore that file, I need to update my... actually, can I do it here? Yes, I can. I want to overwrite number 2, because I don't need that past the Twilight anymore. Because I went through the whole game avoiding all the stamps that are exclusive to the Wii U version of the game. So, as you can see here, I've got 0 out of 50. And because of that, yeah, we're going to have to cover those. But in this episode, I want to cover the changes between this version and the other 2 originals, which is the Wii and GameCube version. Of course, Hero Mode is pretty much the same as the Wii version of the game. The world is mirrored, but of course you take double damage, and hearts do not drop. And of course, if you use the Ganondorf Amiibo, you take double damage no matter what. So if you want to play Hero Mode in the GameCube version of the game, then you just slap the Ganondorf Amiibo on your thing. I do not have any Amiibos for Zelda other than the Link Amiibo, which just restores my arrows, which I don't need. And obviously I have the Wolf Link Amiibo, so we can cover the Cave of Shadows, which will be its own separate episode. And I haven't even done it. I've only gone through it when I had the earliest opportunity, and I could only get to the 6th floor. So that's that. But yeah, enough talking. Let's just jump right on into the game here, and don't glitch, Roxio. That's going to be a thing. So yeah, here we are. It looks just the same as it usually does. Spin, spin, spin. Roxio is slightly flickering. Give me a minute. Okay, well at least we got the title screen unglitchy. It seems like if we go between the title screen and gameplay on almost any game on the bloody Wii U, for some reason Roxio likes to glitch the footage after that. Or if it's Super Mario Maker, in between creation and normal play mode. Anyway, enough about that, because my footage seems to not be glitching at the moment, because we've got past the title screen and whatnot. Yeah, it looks exactly... Right now, it looks like I've got the exact same file as what we do on the GameCube, pretty much. But there's a few things that I actually missed 3 years ago. But they're only Rupee chests, so it's not that big of an issue. But first, we're going to have to cover those before we cover the changes. And the changes in this video, I'm not including the stamps. That'll be its own separate little video. Well, actually, I might even do... Yeah, that'll be its own separate video, because that could take a while. And, yeah, so things to obviously make mention different to our current 100% file. So if we go to our collection screen here, one, it's obviously looking different layout and whatnot. Still kind of the same equipment layout and everything. But hang on, why do I not have 60 pose yet? If I go for the Cave of Ordeals, every 10 floors, there's a stamp. I'd rather get the pose along with the stamps, and getting the Great Fairy Tears unlocked and the fairies for every province, spring, all at the same time. But obviously I could do it off screen, because technically we've already covered it. Plus, when you get all 60 pose, you get a stamp anyway, and stamps go in this new collection spot. But I do have all letters, I do have all hidden skills, I do have my fish journal all filled up, once again, as you can see here. It's a little bit different layout once again. This actually gives you screenshots of your attacks instead of just a little description, which is very nice, so we can have a little artwork look around here. Funny how it depicts you as the green tunic in the Lakebed Temple in this image, even though you would already be equipped with the Sora armor throughout the entire dungeon, which is a little bit strange. Helm Splitter, Mortal Draw. For some reason it puts you with the magic armor in that one. And again, it is an iron knuckle. Yeah, that's the one. Well, actually, it's a dark nut, but the dark nuts in this game are brutal. And the great spin, which is awesome. Yep. I've already showed off the fish. We've got the letters here. You can actually read the letters without actually selecting them. And I've got them all, as you can see here. They're all on one page as well. Just scroll down. And we've got all bugs. But the thing is, I've only handed in less than half. If I hand in one more to Agatha, basically hand in half the bugs to Agatha, you get a stamp again. So I couldn't actually get the full wallet. But hang on, Scatlink, why do you have 1,000 rupees then? Well, that's because that's another change. The wallets have changed values. That's kind of a thing. And I'm actually on the wrong file to show these things off, but before we even do that, I want to cover some of the chests that we missed throughout the game. So let's go do that. Now, while I'm warping to my destination that I need to do, actually I don't need to do it that way, I can just do it this way, baboosh! For some reason you can't do that in the GameCube version, but yes, as you can see, the world is very nicely highly defined, especially on the map. I mean, hell, you can actually read the Hylian. Most of the 26 of the stamps are the Hylian alphabet, so this is the easiestly translatable Hylian. I mean, look, this says Temple of Time, this bit says Fountain Woods, this says Forest Temple, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's kind of a thing. So what I want to do is go here, while I'm heading over here. I have gone back to the GameCube version to get all the chests that I missed. They're only rupee chests, so it's nothing too dramatic. So we didn't really miss out on anything, but it's still a little bit... It messes with, as you already know, it messes with my OCD that I've left chests in the world and I never opened them. There's actually an icon... Actually, let me bring it on screen as well. I might as well mention this now, while I'm making my way over here. There is an icon on the bottom screen as well as the inventory. If you're using the Pro Controller, which I do not have, that can appear on screen instead of just pause. So that's a thing. But yeah, I'm not going to do that all the time. That's going to be annoying. So that was wrong. As I was just saying, I'm trying to bring up the item screen for you, and it's on my thing. So watch my X button. I can equip it at will. So that's kind of cool. Then again, if you follow Nintendo Direct, you should already know that. But yeah, I'm covering all the changes. And while I'm talking about all this, I'm actually heading to the first chest. I have already opened them in this game, and I've also opened them. I've gone back to open them in our GameCube 100% completed file. Somehow I completely missed this chest, and I think I know why. It's a wooden chest against a wooden background. As it's highly defined, it stuck out like a sore thumb. But in the GameCube and Wii versions, it kind of blends in because it's kind of muddy and everything. And that's probably why I didn't notice it. But yeah, this is one of the first chests I missed, and it's only at 20 rupees. This is what I mean by covering all the chests. I'm not going to cover the chests that we missed that actually hold, that have been replaced with stamps, because we're going to be covering those anyway. So those ones I'm going to avoid. But for the ones that I don't want to avoid, we can do them now. So on to the next two chests. They're right next to each other. And now we can finally see this guy dance. Dance it, fire. He's not off screen anymore. It's so awesome. Okay, so after spending about 30 rupees, this requires Falby's flight by foul. What we want to do is fly all the way to the Spirit Spring. Yeah, I'm not kidding. And while we're waiting, fly over here by Cuckoo. Notice the shield is very new and polished. It's like got no dents in it whatsoever. You'd think if it was highly defined, it would actually have more dents, but no. Apparently, it's more spanking new. I guess Mallow stepped up his game while stocking up. But anyway, these two chests right here are our targets. I would recommend doing it with the double claw shot so you don't have to make 2 trips. This gave us a 50 rupees, and that one over there gave us 100 rupees. And the only way that you can get them both is either by doing this. Well, I guess if you dropped here, then you could possibly do it with a normal claw shot, but I waited until I had the double claw shots to do these. But I have noticed something. In the GameCube and Wii versions, for some reason this chest is a small chest and it only has 50 rupees, but in this version it's 100 rupees. From a distance, I thought it was a stamp, but it isn't. So I don't know why they changed it like that. Maybe it's because that they replaced a load of stamps, you lose out on money, so they put in 100 rupees there instead of 50 to slightly make up for it, but I don't know. But the reason why I never noticed them before is that I was walking over here and I was like, hang on a minute, I see a chest up there, and in the GameCube version I never noticed it. And then when I went over here to have a little better look from an angle, I noticed there was another chest there. So there were 2 chests that I missed there as well. And there was actually a chest down here as well, that's actually a stamp, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. It's somewhere around at the back here. I can't remember if I actually got it during the Let's Play, but we're going to get it as a stamp anyway. Like I said, I'm going to cover those later, because that makes more sense. So yeah, on to the next one. And here is our next chest. That one is once again a stamp, but I want to make this one a special mention because I cannot remember if I actually went for that one or not, and it's right out of plain sight. And I feel like I'm an idiot, but if I watch through all 70 parts of my Let's Play again, that's going to take a good 43 hours. Which, speaking of which is what our playtime is roughly, if we check our file here, it actually is roughly 43 hours. I don't know how I managed it, considering I had to go through the City in the Sky about 5 times, because every time I was about to open a chest, I had to save the game before opening it, because I wouldn't know if a rupee chest was replaced with a stamp or not. And there are 3 in the City of the Sky, so I had to go through the dungeon at least 5 times. That was fun. It's like 2 times more than what I had to do in the Let's Play, because I had to keep saving in between every episode for backup reasons and whatnot. But yeah, that's all the chests that I know that I've marked down that are not stamps. Oh, except for that one, because that one's a special mention, because, you know, I feel like an idiot for missing that, if I missed it. But if not, oh well, I just made special mention of it anyway, and I'm a funny derp. Anyway, that was a mouthful. So now, what do I want to do? Well, I have the 1,000 rupee wallet. I think it's time to cover those. But the thing is that I can't exactly cover it here, because obviously I wanted to get like most of the upgrades possible without getting any of the stamps, to get as close to 100%, just like how it is roughly to our GameCube file, and that's what I pretty much did, because the maximum wallet is 1,000, but the second wallet in this game is 1,000, because wallets have changed size. So what I've done is that I reached the Temple of Time so I could get all 24 bugs and at least 20 Poe Souls, and I made and I saved into a different slot as like a checkpoint kind of thing. So I will meet you in that file. BRB. Alright, here we go, into file 3. So, this is my checkpoint file, just to let you know. As you see, I only have the basic wallet. I have all 24 bugs, but none of them have been handed in, because obviously the first bug you hand in, you get a wallet upgrade. And yeah, we're only up to the Temple of Time. That's the next dungeon we're going to beat on this file. But like I said, the purpose I made this file is just to make it a lot easier. I can hand in all 24 bugs at once to get both wallets, and I have enough Poe Souls to show off an extra item that Giovanni gives you, other than the bottle filled with Great Fairy Tears, because I've got 3 out of 4 bottles right now. So, I'll meet you in Agatha's castle right now. My, how has this Let's Play evolved? 4x3 basic with the dazzle, then we went to widescreen, and now we've got actual 1080p widescreen gameplay. Amazing. Hello, Agatha. You brought a bug for Princess Agatha's ball? No. Distinct pheromones of bugs! Really? So, first change before I pick up my first wallet upgrade. Your first wallet has been upgraded from 300 rupees to 500 rupees. And plus, when you pick up rupees out of a chest, that it no longer says, you don't have enough room, put it back. You just pick it up immediately like any other Zelda game. So that's kind of a thing, which is not too bad, but at the same time, it's like you have the room for it. I mean, most of the time, my wallet was always being filled up, because 300 rupees wasn't enough at the time, because you always got 100 rupees. Then again, some of the rupees, like I said, have been replaced with stamps, so that probably cuts down the fat. So let's just hand in a bug quickly. Waboosh. Here you go. Skip her text. And there we go, we got the big wallet it now holds, as I've already mentioned, 1,000 rupees instead of 600. So you can pretty much just do anything. You can get all the money you need, and it's like you don't even have to go out of your way. Now I've got to hand in all other 23 bugs, and I'm skipping the stamp because we're getting that later, because we're getting them all in our 100% file that we started on. So, see you in a bit. Come on, woman, just let me hand in all 24 at once. Oh no, this is the stamp. Skip. You know what? Why do ladybugs have the Triforce? What Triforce piece do they even have? And there's 2 of them with it. Is this foreshadowing to Zelda Wii U? Maybe that's the connection. And this was the bug, or shall we say snail, that I had to, was the reason why I had to stall into the Temple of Time. And finally, the female Dragonfly. It sparks. All the bugs are made to the ball safely. Everyone has a partner. They all look so happy. You worked very hard. Your efforts were passed down to the Insect Kingdom Brave Knight. Please accept the declaration of honourable citizenship for the mental that goes along with it. But all the money that I've already given you is pretty much wasted. We now have the Giant's Wallet. It has now been doubled in its capacity. Pretty much all wallets have roughly been doubled in their capacity. You can now hold up to 2,000 rupees, excuse me, other than can I not talk? 2,000 rupees instead of 1,000 rupees. So yeah, the maximum wallet has been doubled. I thought I would keep chiming in there to keep it from being boring, because that took a good 10 minutes. Bloody hell, we're already in 24 minutes of recording. That's ridiculous. And that's because the title screen didn't actually glitch up, but then again I was mashing the home button and I cut all that out. I don't know what's with the Roxio and title screens, it just doesn't like them. It's strange. Oh yeah, there was another change on the title screen, and that's how I was actually able to continuously get it right until I could get it recorded correctly. There is no trailer demo on the what am I going in here for? Yeah, sorry about that, I wanted to get on with the plot again. Yeah, on the title screen, if you leave it to run, it just restarts the title screen immediately. There is no trailer, that's because they made a different trailer for Zelda Wii U and, no, Zelda Twilight Princess HD, even, not Zelda Wii U, it is on the Wii U, it is a Zelda game on the Wii U. And, yeah, the major thing with that is because that they do trailers differently than what they do now. They actually advertise the item at the end of the trailer, and you can't really have that in the game because that doesn't really make much sense. So that's kind of a thing. But yeah, the next major change, well, I guess on the map because it is related, you can now see all the Poe souls in each province. So the Lanayru Province has 19, Eldin Province has 8, Pharaon has 6. There's nothing in Orden, and there's 11 in Gerudo Desert. And 5 in Snow Peak. Now, it doesn't count dungeons like the Palace of Twilight. No, the Palace of Twilight doesn't have any, though. It doesn't count dungeons like the Temple of Time, the Abator's Grounds. The only thing that does count is Grottos and the Cave of Ordeals. I mean, it doesn't even count. Yeah, so it doesn't count them like that, and the item that we're going to get is also a little perk that helps you find them as well, along with that little indicator. But you have to have at least 20 souls, and I pretty much have all... Wait, I pretty much have all of the Poes except for the one at the Temple, the Pedestal of Time one, where you get the Master Sword, because it wasn't nighttime when I reached that area. So, but anyway, let's talk to Giovanni here. I'm Gabuski. So he says the usual stuff. You did it, I can move again. I have to thank you with this too. He gives you the bottle of Great Fairy Tears, which is awesome, with the bottle included, which is very nice. That gives us the 4th bottle of the game. I hear you can get good stuff at the cave of the western edge of the Gerudo Desert too, but my body's still golden. Does this mean my soul's still not whole? It's strange, maybe we need the souls of 60. Can I ask another favour of you, doggy? Defeat 10 more. And then, this is the new bit. It must be tough finding those creepy crawlies, right? I don't know why he says that, because they're kind of Poes, not bugs. Take this lantern with you, and he gives you basically what the Poes use, the ghost lantern. This mysterious lantern will light up when there are ghosts nearby. Set it to X, Y, or R from the item subscreen, and it doesn't need any oil. Thank you. So basically, if we go to the map here, when you... Actually, let me get out and just whip this out. We can't talk to Jangles right now, he ain't going to give us anything at the moment. That's for later. However, we pop out, we transform, do the shindig, and equip our Poe. I'll replace my original lantern, Babuski. And I can't use it here. Great, let me get out of here. Huzzah! Okay, now, as I was about to say, when you whip it out... Oh, it's off. How do I turn it on? Well, it's basically just like, well, how shall I say, like a shard of agony of some sort. Basically, it glows, or pulsates or whatever, when there is a Poe in the loaded area. That's another stamp, that's why I haven't got that chest yet. But yeah, yeah, so there is usually a Poe, that was weird. There's normally a Poe somewhere around here, but there isn't because I've already got it. So, as you can see right here, it isn't pulsating, because in the loaded area, which is, well, all the highlighted bits at the moment, that will tell us if there is if it glows, that means that there's a Poe in this area. If it doesn't glow, that means you've got all Poes in the loaded area. So if I just, you know, if I was here and walked into this bit, and it covers the whole of Lake Hylia, then obviously it will indicate if there's a Poe in Lake Hylia. That sort of thing. So, as you can see right now, it ain't glowing because I've got all the Poes around here. As I've already said, I left the Poe at the Pedestal of Time in the Sacred Grove because it wasn't nighttime when I went there. And no, it does not allow you to fight Poes in the daytime. It doesn't allow you to summon them. You do have to wait for it to be nighttime, which can be a long drawn out process, just like it was in the Let's Play. So that's not changed. However, that it just lets you know if there's a Poe in the area. So if I transform right now and pop out of here and whip this out, it's now glowing because there's a Poe around here, and the Poe is up here in the Pedestal of Time, basically. Well, is it really the Pedestal of Time? I know it's the Temple of Time, but it's not the same Temple of Time that because it's not the same altar and all that, so I don't know. But yeah, as you saw, the Poe's not there. I can't do anything about it, but I do know there is one in this area. It also works in dungeons, but once again, it only works in the room that you're in, not the entire dungeon. When you're in the map in the entire dungeon, how many Poes there are in the entire dungeon will appear in the corner here. So that's another nice little thing. And I guess the final change is items, I guess. I mean, as I've said before, the GameCube version you only have X and Y, and the Wii version you can put items on left, right, and up on the control pad, and B on the Wii remote. So you can equip up to 2 items in the GameCube version, 4 items in the Wii version. The Wii U version kind of goes in between. You can equip up to 3 items at once. Has this guy appeared now because it's sunset? No. That's kind of a thing with time in this game. It's like, it doesn't actually change to nighttime, like, immediately. It, like, slows down at sunset until you leave the area so it can reload and change in between. It's kind of strange. But, yeah. I think that's all the changes, and other than the stamps. So, this is going to be a decent long video, I guess, because, I mean, I've got to do a lot of cutting. But if I do any of the stamps in this episode, it's going to take, I don't know, 40 minutes? There is 50 stamps in the game, and of course you can use the stamps in Miiverse posts when the game is active, and you can make some interesting posts, or just have them for bragging rights. And of course it is a collectible in the game. They're not shared between files, so they're all file specific, so that's really good. And it just gives you more reason to go out your way for grottos that you may have missed, like I have, that normally contain rupees, and give them some actual meaning. Because there are actually 5 grottos I missed, which means I missed 5 100 rupee chests. But, like I said, I've already got those in the GameCube version, and that's really all we gotta do. So, we're all standing in this majestic area. Oh, by the way, you have to tap the right analog stick in order to go into first person, and you can use the gamepad. Oh, there was one more change I just remembered, but I didn't really want to remember it because it sucks. It sucks so bad. Let me go to the fishing hole. This absolutely blows, and that's why I leave it for last. And speaking of the fishing hole and being in Zora's domain, I just remembered there was another thing regarding water that makes no sense. I'm going to have to show it off as well. I've just remembered 2 things that I completely forgot about to show off because they're changes. It involves roll goal. Well, you know how lucky that I got in the Let's Play, like on the final level I got it in 1 run because I was just that freaking amazingly lucky? Not this time. If you have been following my Miiverse posts while I've been playing this game, you would have known the bullcrap that I had on 1-8 of this game, and it's absolutely sucked. The game cheated. I was on the pathway and it said game over right when I was about to finish the level. I was literally pissed. It was not fair. I was like literally on that 2nd block away from the pink, and it just said game over and I was still on it. The reason being, now listen to this. Right, let me just you hear that? I mean, it may be jerking, but right now I'm waggling the left analog stick, left and right, and it's jerking up and down. Well, let me just bring the gamepad up to my face for a second. Wait, whoa, what's this? Yes. Roll Goal now uses motion controls instead of the left analog stick. Well, I guess if you're using the Pro Controller, then you could use the left analog stick, but the pad has a left analog stick as well. Why can't I not use it that way? Because the thing is, I mean, it makes sense. It's Roll Goal. How is Link playing the game? He's obviously tilting it, so it's like you're holding the game in your hands, and you can just do that. But when it comes to the red ones, it is really annoying to keep it going left and right or up and down without doing it. You can still use the right analog stick to change the camera, but yeah, the problem is that it uses motion, and when it uses motion, when it wasn't originally built for that, it's kind of a little buggy, and I think that's why the ball stayed on the path, but I got a game over. I'm not lying, check my Miiverse posts. It isn't marked as spoilers, because I was amazed that happened. I've never had that happen before. It's like I'm tilting, I'm like trying to tilt downwards, and it just jolts upwards for some reason, and then I lose. Yeah, and the final thing that also had me weirded out in Miiverse posts is Eldin Village. Now, it's kind of weird why this is a thing. Let me just do this, because it's like a shiggity dig up here, doing the jig and whatnot. Let me just jumpity jump over here. Why is there a gate here? Why is there a gate here? This is where you would stand to summon a hawk and punch the monkey in the face to retrieve the crib. And by the way, there's also a blue rupee up here, which is not in in both the Wii and GameCube versions. But I have a little theory on why they put a blue rupee there, because normally when you go behind here, there's I think there's a small, if I remember correctly, there's a small chest with. Well, I don't think the chest is there anymore. Is there even a chest there? Can't see. This is too dark. It's too dark to see. Oh come on, Misa, do this. Let Misa do this. I can't even tell. But yeah, under one rock, or in a chest, I think it's under a rock now, I remember, is a yellow rupee and a blue rupee, and that's where you would get your first blue rupee. By the way, the intro of all rupees that you grab doesn't happen every time you pick up the game, only happens once, that's it. But yeah, and it also gives you an early opportunity to catch Eldin Catfish. That is all that's back here. An Eldin Catfish chance, and 15 rupees. Why is this blocked off? It's been blocked off for the entire game as far as I'm aware. I haven't been back on my 100% completed file. I guess I'll make a little stop here, because that one grotto that I went back to, that I found to try and find some rare chew jelly before the final boss fight, just so I had rare chew jelly in my bowl. That now, there's a chest in there that gave us 100 rupees. That now it contains a stamp as well, so I've got to come back here in the next episode. But on the way, I guess I'll check that gate out and see if it disappeared once you reach the end of the game. But why is that gate there? For some reason on Miiverse, they also said that it was spoilers. And I'm like, how is it spoilers? Asking why there's a gate here. I did have a feeling that it may be because I said that you can go back there at the start of the game in the Wii and GameCube versions. But how is that spoilers? That's just noting a difference. Is it spoilers because you can't go back there at all in this version? Then why does that area still exist? You might as well just move the rock a bit forward and block that area off entirely, instead of just putting a gate there. Is that place not rendered properly? Is there no collision detection back there? Why is it blocked off anyway? There's 15 rupees and an Eldin Catfish. How is that spoilers? Nintendo, you confuse me sometimes. And that is like, in fact, you confuse me twice. One, because it's spoilers, and two, because you put a gate there for no reason. I had to wait until I had to get to the fishing hole to get a Eldin Catfish when I was trying to catch a Hylian Loach, and yeah, that was that. So that is really, really strange, and I don't understand why. I know you can still not enter Fado's house. That is still a locked thing. But yeah, now that I've remembered to cover everything that I completely forgot to do, don't know why Link's acting angry. Is it because of this? No, he's still looking angry. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's all the changes apart from the stamps. Now that I remember, if there's any others I remember, I'll go do it while doing the stamps. But that should be all the major changes. All other minor changes I have noted in Miiverse while playing the game, like climbing speed, Climbing is not as slow as it used to be. Change the meme up a little. But yeah. So that's all the major changes of the HD version of Twilight Princess. So, in the next episode, guys, funnily enough, it's weird saying that as we should be already done about this, we're going to get all 50 stamps on our current 100% completed file and make it a true 100% completed file. Or in this case, 150% completed one? 151 if you want to count the lantern being an extra percentage as well. I don't know. It's Mew. 151. So yeah, see you guys in the next episode. We're back in HD, baby.